Well, good morning. My name is Nick, and this is not Mindy this morning. This is Charmian. So I've got Charmian with us, and we're going to be talking about being intentional in the summer, like Mindy and I started last week. And this week we're looking at those kind of special events that are more than just an afternoon or an hour here or an hour there, but specifically we've got throughout the year, we have things like retreats and momentum for our students, which does take place over the summer. So I'm asking a parent who's had a few kids come through our student ministry and still have a couple with us now, tell us, why have you made these sort of events like momentum a priority?
Probably a couple of reasons stand out to me. One would be, I think Ryan and I have valued having other people speak into our children's lives, the influence of other people that we would respect, just join us in coming alongside and speaking truth, whether it's the leaders or small group leaders or even older students in the youth group that would model that. And it's just good to be with other believers at times and just to be encouraged and see, oh, hey, they're having a tough time, but they're still going to Christ. And that's a good example for me to follow.
Absolutely. And so often, it seems it's often very anti-American to think my kids and my family need influence from other people because we're so individually focused and like, we can do it ourselves. That's not really what the Bible says, we're a part of a community. And I love that you said that. I really like the phrase, to me it's well, doesn't matter where it's from, but just the idea that it takes a lot of people to surround someone in love and care and intentionality as part of a community that can repeat the same truth that you might be saying as a parent, that you might be saying as a sibling, that you might be saying as an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent, but as soon as someone else says it that's not you, oh, the lights go off and they hear it for the first time and they come home and tell you and you're like, I'm glad you finally heard it, but I believe I've been saying that for 12 years now. So, I get it. So, tell us a little bit about the impact you've seen on your family by choosing things like momentum or retreats.
Impact, I think that, I remember when the kids would come home, sometimes they'd come home and they'd be exhausted and they just want to sleep. And other times, we could ask a few questions, was the teaching good? What did you learn? And when they could actually regurgitate formed sentences of specific information, then we thought that was really good because they didn't just give us it was good, it was fine. They could tell us something specific they learned about the teacher or whoever the speaker was. Whether it was a retreat and there was just one speaker, or if it was momentum, we could ask, what speakers did you like? What tracks did you enjoy? Sometimes we would watch the momentum speakers online, and oftentimes Ryan and I were like, wow, this is so good. We are so glad. Sometimes when you look at the cost and you've got maybe 3 students going, it's like, this is like a glorified vacation. But when we heard the teaching, we're like, this is definitely worth the financial investment because it's solid truth being spoken to them in a positive environment. And you can't really place a value on that because you don't know how that truth is going to plant a seed and take root later in their lives.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for sharing. Really appreciate it. So that's a little bit of encouragement to our church family, to you this morning, a little bit early on Wednesday. But we really want to encourage you, be intentional with your summer. We've got, I think, some really cool opportunities this summer to kind of get away, either as a family. We've got momentum, like we've been talking about for students, but also we have the family camping trip coming up as well in June. I'll post the date in the comments. I'm totally blanking out when it is right now. Mindy would know because she always knows. But, so I encourage you, think through, what's the summer going to look like? How can we intentionally pursue discipleship as a family and really get some good quality times together? And what does it look like to get some good time on our own too that we can come back and then use to equip and encourage the rest of the family with. So, have a great Wednesday. See you next week.